family. What is up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, if not, welcome back to the Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I'm your girl Brielle, and I wanted to say Happy New Year. We are in 2022, which is crazy because I still feel like it's 2010. But here we are, new year, new goals, new plans. You know how it all starts off. So this time, though, we're actually going to be consistent and continue to prioritize ourselves and accomplish these goals that we set. So I decided to bring Manny back to the podcast, and he is going to be the first episode of 2022 because, you know, we all are out here wanting to achieve our fitness goals and whatnot. And who better than Manny himself to come onto the podcast and talk to us about fitness and a lot of other good stuff. So, ladies and gents, Manny is here. Manny, say hello. Welcome to Good Vibras again.
Yeah, guess who's back?
Back again.
Manny's back. Hello,
Back
friend.
again.
Hey, guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Manny, the
Yes,
people love you and they miss you.
Yes, I missed you too, Brielle. Thank you for letting me join Good Vibras once again. Good Vibras fam, what is good? What's going on? It's a blessing to be here. And again, Brielle, thank you for letting me be on here and use your platform because it's dope. I love what you've built here and what you're doing with your Good Vibras fam. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm really trying to make this Good Vibras a big thing out here. The light source for everyone. But I'm happy to have you again on the podcast. You know, we did an episode a while back about faith and just your spiritual journey, which for those of you who have not tuned into that episode, season 1 is actually going to be on YouTube, just in audio form. So you guys can check out all the episodes there, and you can tune into the episode with Manny, which I'll also leave in the description box as well for you guys to just click and go right to. But Manny and I talked about not fitness, well, a little bit of fitness, but we talked about his spiritual journey and all of that, and it was a great episode. And I got a lot of good feedback. A lot of people wanted Manny to come back on. So Manny is very, very educated in the health and fitness department, and I can't wait for him to share his story today. So, Manny, tell us. Well, first, let's start off with where it started, because you know you did mention in the other podcast episode, you know, what you went to school for. So, if you want to briefly tell us, you know, where you started working before you took on this fitness journey.
Yeah. So I started out. I got my bachelor's in environmental science in 2020, smack in the middle of pandemic. Terrible timing job-wise. But either way, you know, God's not limited by no pandemic, and I ended up getting a decent job with environmental science. I was a GIS technician. That stands for Geographic Information Systems, and that's really fancy way of saying that I work with maps. For a whole year after I graduated, I did map work for an engineering company. I updated natural gas lines, things like that, and it was pretty cool. Like I learned a good amount for the first, 4 months. I was learning and growing and getting better, but then I hit like a stagnance point around like the 6-month mark, and I was disappointed because I was promised a promotion that I would go from, because I was only part time. I was with a recruiting agency. I was told that I'd go off that recruiting agency and then be full time come February, but they made up some excuse about COVID and this and that, and they just, they played a cat and mouse game and gave me the corporate runaround. I started getting really frustrated, and I was going through a lot of stuff physically at that time too. Spring of this year, or last year, sorry, of 2021. I had a bunch of health issues and stuff, but in hindsight, those issues that I dealt with really prepared me to be a better trainer, because I learned a lot about nutrition and a lot about even more about recovery than I already know, because I've been slowly working on some knee rehab that's honestly getting some pretty good progress, and I'll talk more about that later in the episode. But yeah, it stemmed from that, and the whole time that I was doing the GIS work, even though it was cool, that wasn't the only thing that I was doing. I was secretly building my personal training side hustle while I was working there. So I'd work, you know, that 9 to 5, 8 to 5. After that, I trained some of my friends at the gym and at
Nice.
the LA Fitness, just, you know, just to help out. First, I didn't even charge them. And then people started being consistent. And I said, you know what, I'm going to start charging. And I did. And, you know, something light. It was like maybe $10 a session, nothing. But they started seeing results and they started seeing results fast. And I got hooked just to see not just the physical transformation, but the mental transformation and how people carry themselves differently, how they're more confident. Like that's what really got me hooked, man. I haven't looked back.
That's amazing. Yes. And it's funny how you said you started off with just doing it for free and doing it because you just had a passion for it. And then you were like, wait, I can build from this. Like you saw your own potential and you were like, nah, I'm gonna make this something. I'm gonna make it be something bigger in my life. And that's where passion comes in, and it
Mm-hmm.
makes a difference in life. Like, I feel like growing up, everyone's been told, okay, you go to college, you do the typical 9 to 5, whatever. And it's like, we're so fortunate now. I feel like we have more access to like different resources, social media and stuff where you don't really need to do the 9 to 5. You can live a happy and healthy life I mean, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out here, everyone's discovering like their own little passions. And I truly love it because I feel like the older generation, they're stuck in that mindset where it's like, okay, like you go to college, the 9 to 5 job. And we're like, okay, no, we see a bigger vision, and I'm so happy that you took
Yeah,
this risk because, you
yeah.
know, I know it took a lot of prayer, which I know you could share with us your whole journey and how, like, so let me ask you then. So, what made you make that decision to actually fully invest in this personal training?
Yeah, I mean, well, the decision was forced a little bit, but what really set me aside, what really, helped me make that decision, honestly, was prayer and going to God. And, that's something that is my anchor. That's my grounding. Like without
Hmm.
my relationship with God and Him directing me, I don't know where to go. Because I talked about this last episode. I don't know what's best for me. God does. So
Amen to
I
that.
sought Him out first to make sure that this was the right path. I did a fat. I've never fasted ever for the first like ever, and I did it for the first time in my life this summer. I did a week fast, not eating. I did a water fast, and I gradually worked my way up. So I started at, I think it was a 12-hour fast, and I bumped up to 16 hours, 20 hours, and then I did a
Wow.
full, I think it was 36 or 40 hours without food. And I was definitely an experience, and I was by myself, and my parents were at the house, so it was just me, and I had some really good alone time with God, and just time to think about where I'm at in my past and what I've been prepared for, like subconsciously, like the experiences that I went through
Yeah.
that I didn't ask for, that prepared me for certain situations. And through my injuries and through my sports experience, I came to the conclusion that I was much more prepared to be a personal trainer than I was anything else, especially in the environmental field. So that's something that I think that was the real that was the decision point. Like I knew back then when I fasted, after I got out of that fast, I was like this is it. This is what I'm gonna do. I just didn't know when. And then come last October, things got a little choppy with work, and I ended up getting fired just because I wasn't meeting their expectations, and their expectations were getting ridiculous. Like they, with what I was doing, I was hopping from project to project, and if you're not meeting quota and you're not doing what they expect you to do in the time that they expect you to do it, you
Hmm.
get cut, period. Like I worked with 12 different people, and out of those 12 people, 8 I believe either quit or got fired. So it just goes to show you like the work culture in my old job environment, it just wasn't healthy. So I knew I wanted to leave. Honestly, I wanted to leave by this year, like 2022. I wanted to, but 2022, I said I want to be done. But I ended up getting fired last September, and it like late September. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like not no exaggeration, nothing, because it really gave me that push that said, all right, this is it. This is time, and you got to go. And from then, I just been
Yes.
all in. Yeah, I took all that time and really studied. Got my certification. I'm certified as a NASM CPT. So that's NASM is one of the more respected brands. I think honestly the most respected certification in personal training, and I wanted to get that because
Awesome.
I knew of their reputation, and
Right.
I'm not trying to be no average trainer. I'm different, like because most trainers, what separates me is I'm not just speaking to you from a level of expertise, that like I've always been this good, and I've always been healthy. I've always been strong, because I haven't. With through my injuries, I came from the bottom. There were times where I couldn't even bend over to brush my teeth without being in pain. So I know what it's like to
Mm.
be at the bottom and how to work your way up. And I want to tell, my mission is to show other people who were in similar situations like me that you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay stuck in your pain. You are more than your situation. You can overcome it and be better and build the best version of yourself. Period.
Yes. And I love that. And that's why I wanted you to talk about this on the podcast too. Cause, everyone knows I'm all about like building the best version of yourself. And you said it best, like you could, you may hit the lowest point in your life, but it doesn't mean that's it. Like every, struggle, obstacle we face, it's gonna, we have to stay resilient and push through because it will bring out the best versions of ourselves, like every trial. And you said it too, like, with your injuries and stuff like that, you didn't let it stop you. But now with your clients, you're going to stand out with the trainers because you've been all the way at the bottom, you've been in pain, you've had injuries, and you've healed yourself mentally as well, mentally, emotionally, which prepared you to then heal physically. And then look at you now, like you're now a personal trainer. So you can encourage your clients like, hey, where you are right now, it doesn't stop here. Like you can get to a higher version, the best version of yourself. And people need that. I know for me personally, like I I love when I connect with people who have been through it and have overcome whatever it is they've gone through, because that's where the true strength lies. Like that's what really defines you and your character, and it's amazing. And I wanted to ask you, when you knew that after fasting and all of that, that personal training was the direction to go, what did you feel? Like did you feel like the sense of peace? Like how did you know, like what really confirmed for you? Like what did you feel knowing like, okay, this is the right decision that I'm making for myself?
It was at peace, like you said. Like the Bible says, Jesus is the Prince of Peace, and
Mm,
whenever I feel peace, I take that as Jesus guiding me, or the Holy Spirit, moving me in a certain direction. Like when you wherever in a situation wherever you feel peace. Like I know you mentioned when you talk about Florida, when you moved to Florida, you felt that peace. I believe that sense of peace was God guiding you. That this is it. This is here. Um,
absolutely.
I'd say that, and just for me, like I'm a pretty logical dude, and I like to look at like another confirmation, another really big confirmation was again my injuries, because I didn't ask for those injuries. I didn't like anticipate those. I didn't want those, but now that I can see, hindsight's 2020, I can see that what I experienced there has prepared me. And even now, in some of my clients, like my most consistent client has been with me with a year for over a year, and she's lost over 50 pounds.
That's
She's a beast.
amazing.
I know, and I've been able to work around because she had some minor hip problems, and I was able to work around that because I could see her compensation in her movements, because I used to do the same thing, and my hips used to move when I was hurt, and I wouldn't have been able to help her get better and get better as fast as she did had I not been through what I went through with my back and all those other injuries. So
That's
like
amazing.
this, the being a trainer gives my pain purpose, and
Ooh, that
that's
right there.
yeah, and that's a bar. Write that down, people. Write that down. Whatever, if
Say
something,
it again.
yeah. For me, being a personal trainer gives my pain purpose, and when you can find what gives your pain purpose, man, that's a beautiful place to be. um, because that's what God is beautiful, because it reflects the image of God. God makes beauty from ashes. He
I
turns
love that.
shame to glory. Like he takes the ugliest, nastiest, messiest parts of you, and he makes it into something beautiful. And when you can help and realize that, okay, it's in this situation that you want to do this, and like run with it, man, that's you can't put. It's inexplainable. It's priceless.
That's amazing. And that is so true. Amen to that. Cause I definitely, you guys know I have lupus, and I could say, like, obviously that was the biggest curveball in my life. And there was so much pain. Until this day, there's some pain, but there's a purpose. Like I've seen how I mentioned in my previous podcast, like the all that pain, like you said, it served a purpose. Like I see how lupus has been the biggest blessing in my life, which sounds crazy because it's a disease and it causes pain. But my life has changed in so many positive ways because of it. So amen to that, because it's true. Like God takes our pain and he brings out our purpose through that. So
Mhm.
amen to that, Manny.
Yeah.
So what is going to be happening now that you're a personal trainer? What What are these next steps coming up? What's happening?
So recently, I mean, I've been interning for a while. It's funny how, I said we talk about purpose and all that. As soon as I got fired from my or the old job that I had, I ended up I had already been talking to a local gym owner. His name is Robert Leaks, owner of Leaks Fitness, and
Hey.
looking into it because I found it on Instagram. It's funny because his brother has a bunch of mutual friends of mine. They went to the same high school, and I saw his story one day, and I was like, "Yo, this place is dope. They had lights, they had an atmosphere, they had sleds. It's an athletic gym. It's a small gym, but it's really, really cool. They got artwork on the walls and all that. It's just really, really cool place." And I was like, "Yo, I want to work there." And I looked up more information on the owner, Robbie, and he's a really good dude. And I was like, I got to meet this guy. So I went in and I talked to him, and I was like, "Yo, I've got this desk job right now that I can't stand, but I'm really, personal training is my passion, and I'm thinking, is there any way we can intern or something?" He told me, "Yeah, man, just get certified and come through, and you could, intern with me too, even before you get certified." And I was like, "We're awesome." So
Amazing.
as soon as I got fired, literally the week after I started, it's fun. It's crazy how that works because we was talking for
So
like two and a half
crazy.
months. 2.5 months on when we was gonna, start this internship and how I was gonna work on my job and stuff. And it was crazy because 20 I got like 20 some hours with him a week because I wasn't working. But if I was working, I would have had maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours a week with him. But
Wow.
because I had that experience, I learned so much.
And the
And
timing of that too.
yes, the timing of
That's
that's
perfect
great.
timing.
That's how you know. That's how you know when things fall into place like that. That's when you know it's made to be.
So true.
So, I've been in there and I'm getting clients in there as well as doing my own thing, online as well as in person. I do both. But yeah, that's where we at right now. And hopefully in the near future, I'd love to do programming too, to where I can make workouts for people, especially when it comes
Yes.
to balance and things of that nature, because that's the biggest um, key or attribute or modality that really helped me come back from all those injuries, from my back injury specifically, because that was the
Hmm.
most nagging. That was the hardest one to come back from.
I can't even
My knee
imagine.
injuries, they were not cool, but I bounced back relatively quick. My back, and I dealt with my back unknowingly for about 3.5 years.
That's insane.
But again, the pain was for a purpose, and now I can teach people, and so I don't regret it at all. But yeah,
That's
I'd love to do
awesome.
that programming. That's where it's at.
Oh,
Near,
I could so see that
near
happening.
future. Oh yeah, me too. Me too. I'm very, very, very excited. Because again, I love balance. That's like I'm all about my training and everything, like in what you do physically, but also in your lifestyle.
Oh
Balance
yeah.
is all about balance.
Whew.
It's that work-life balance. It's that relationship balance. It's that spiritual balance. It's that physical, like actual coordination balance. Like it's everything. And when you have a life in balance, things are good. You know,
Very true. Was it
a life in balance is a
homeostasis?
good life, huh?
Right? Homeostasis, environmental,
Yes, yes,
right?
that homeostasis. Yeah, I mean,
But
it's more biology, but yeah, yeah,
yeah, I guess, right? Same thing.
yeah, yeah. I don't mean, well, you got it.
Yeah, but it's so true though. It's so important
Yeah.
having that balance in life. We're not perfect, but if we can really try to create those like peaceful, balanced environments for ourselves, it's true. You get results in everything. Like everything plays a role with each other. Like the gym, it's more than just I'm gonna get big. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, like all of that comes together so you can fully get the results that you want or that you're seeking.
So true, so true.
That is awesome. Wow. So now you're doing personal training. So do you have like a philosophy or do you have like what exactly? Because this is going to be your brand. So
Yeah. Oh
what's
yeah.
your mission statement? You want to share a little bit more about that with us?
Oh yeah. I mean, my mission statement is to help people regain or create balance in life through holistic nutrition and
Mm,
fitness coaching. And I say coaching with intention because I don't want to label myself as a personal trainer, because personal trainers, a lot of times all they do is give you a workout. They kind of watch what you're doing, they kind of don't, and they're on their phone. I'm not that dude. I'm going to be intentional with you. I'm going to be patient with you. I'm not gonna rush you into doing something that you're not okay with, that you're not ready for.
mm,
I understand that sometimes you got to take 3 steps forward and 1 step backwards, because that's the journey. Like it's not a straight. A lot of people think getting better fitness wise, straight incline, going up, 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 and that is not
right.
true. you got hills and valleys, and you got some days where you're going to feel great, some days when you're not going to feel great. But if you're able to build a good healthy support system and lean on me while we're training, we can make magic happen. And we could do make the most of the body that you've been given, and probably surprise yourself. I guarantee my one client who dropped 50 pounds, she only wanted to lose 20, and look what happened. You'd be amazed at
Crazy.
You'd be amazed at what happens you make when you tap into your God-given potential and create
Amen.
good intentional and steady habits that not just keep you healthy, but or not just get you healthy, but keep you healthy. So
Amen. That's so true. That's so
that's my mission.
important.
It is.
Manny,
It
you're
is.
gonna stand out, and you already do. But amongst all, I mean, every personal trainer I know has their talents and all that. But not just because you're my friend, but also I have experienced personal training with Manny. Actually,
Yes.
I was his first.
He was. And I ain't gonna lie, before, obviously that whole fasting that I did last summer was a really big reason for me, to really go all in with this. But I would not have gone into, I wouldn't have been training the people that I trained had it not been for Brielle, because Brielle was the first woman to ever ask me for help. She came to me and she was like, "Yo, Manny, I know you can get me right. I need help." I was like, "I got you." This was summer 2020, the pandemic, and we put in work, and like it was crazy how, even though we was together for what, 2 3 times, like if that a week, probably
Yeah, because
not
I was
more.
working night shift. And I remember one time I came to Manny, I'm like, okay, I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. I'm like, but let's do this.
Yeah, I was like, "What, girl? You crazy? Get some rest." But yeah, this one, Brielle, one of the most motivated, determined people I know. So she said, "No, I'm gonna get it done," and she did. At the cost of probably her body, she's dying afterwards. But she saw results so fast, and I learned a lot from Brielle just because I came from a heavy athletic background. Like, I was a college football player. I knew a lot about how to train and help guys to get bigger and stronger and faster and lose weight. But I didn't know how really where to start with women, because I know women are different. The guy anatomically, they're different bodies.
Yeah.
So I wasn't confident in training a woman because I thought, oh, I'd go too hard and I'd intimidate them or whatever. But Brielle was that first person to really put that trust, and once she put her trust in me, it brought out the best in me, and then I was able to not only help her feel better and get stronger, but because we were doing it at a track at a public area, other people saw, and then other people was like, "Yo, are you a trainer? Are you a personal trainer?" And I was like,
Yes.
but then it grew from there. It was that was that
Yes.
spark. Like, training with you, Brielle, was that spark that allowed me to train to other people, and that kept that snowball to where it is today. And
Yes.
I'm an actual certified trainer. It's crazy.
And I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy. And it's funny because I know I'm very stubborn, and like I obviously saw the potential because I was like, Manny knows what he's talking about. And my personality type, I'm like, if I'm being told what to do in the fitness world, I will listen.
Yes. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Brielle's listening skills, I was shook. I don't know Brielle for a long time. And knowing her,
Way back.
when we was working, when like knowing her history, I was like, "Yo, this girl, she ain't gonna listen to nothing. It's gonna be a trip." But I would, when she listened and she locked in, oh my gosh, she got good so fast. She got so strong so fast.
And
Like,
let
it
me
was
tell
insane.
you, Manny, like, we basically grew up together. So I obviously was even more comfortable, but not also just like your character, how you were patient. And I know I'm not easy to deal with. And you were patient, and I told you from the beginning, like, these are the goals that I'm trying to achieve, you know, this is what I do on my own, I really want to achieve, X, Y, and Z. So right from the beginning, laid it all out. And Manny, he basically did like a body assessment. Like, he saw like, okay, what could I do? What did I struggle with? And based on all of that, he was able to like assess me and be like, okay, so this is where we're going to start. Because obviously you got to start somewhere. You can't just jump straight into, yes, let's lift 100 or whatever, So Manny saw my potential as well and was super patient. And during this time, guys, I had lupus and I had no idea. So there were some times I remember I was like, Manny, like my wrist hurt today, or like, I don't know, some things feel weird. So he would even work with me with those things. And he would just always, tell me if it's uncomfortable, just let me know. And that's super important because, you know, I think sometimes a lot of people are afraid to say, I can't do this or I can't do that. And with you, I straight up was like, yo, I can't do this. I want to do it, but I can't. And even remember running around the track. Sometimes I'm like, dude, my chest hurts. And, little did I know what was, inside me, but, brewing, but I still pushed through. And I will say, like, I'm a very like, okay, at this time, let's do this. I always showed up if there were days where I was super exhausted, like, and I would tell him, I would communicate with him and he would understand. And that's a big thing. I feel like a trainer and the clients need to have is like that communication. And you are great with communicating, you're patient, and you really do have a passion for it and you really care. And that even motivated me to want to show up because I didn't want to disappoint you because I knew you saw my potential. And I was like, yo, like, he's really taking time out of his day for me. Like, I want to show Manny, like, okay, I'm showing up. Even if it wasn't as great as a workout as the day before, like, still showing up, it made me feel good knowing that, like, okay, this is helping me, but I'm also helping my friend because look where you are, and we were a good team, yo. Like, I remember we got the music going. We were out here
Yeah.
vibing, me
Oh
playing the
yeah.
same songs like all the time. But hey.
Yeah, knowing her, she had like Quiere Beber and like two other songs like on repeat. That was like three songs. Like, because I have a playlist. That's another thing. I like to bring an atmosphere.
Hmm.
Atmosphere is everything. Like if you get a good environment where people are energized and ready to go, it sets the
Yes.
tone and it makes you it makes you more motivated to get out there and give it your best and move and because that's what we were designed. We were designed to move.
Yeah, and you definitely did. Like, I always felt pumped and hyped. And like I said, your personality too. Manny, I feel like Manny and I are, we have a lot of energy. And my brother Brandon, you put all three of us together, me and Manny, are like, yo, what's up? And Brandon is so like laid back, like, yeah, all right,
Yeah,
guys. And me
Brandon,
and Manny are like,
Brandon,
yo, what is good
yeah.
at any time of the day? So the two of us together, we were just, the workouts were great. But I do remember when people were out there, they were asking him, and Manny, I think one of your client right now that you have, the one who lost how many, I don't know, was it 20
50,
pounds, 50
50,
pounds?
50.
She was out there when we were working out. I remember that. So
Mm-hmm.
look at that, God knew what was going to happen, in the
He
future.
did. Yes.
But I'm so excited, and I wish I could have you here in Florida being my personal trainer still because you are awesome. But even from far away, which I'm sure you'll be doing with your clients in the future, Manny, and I posted on my social media, Manny when I first moved down here, he helped me come up with a fitness plan. And unfortunately with my health conditions, like, I couldn't be as consistent, and then eventually I had to stop. But Manny took the time to, like, he remembered where I was, and again, the communication, even all the way in Florida and him in Jersey, like, he created a whole workout plan for me. So I know that, and you took the time, like, he put YouTube links. Hey, if you don't know this, look at this video. And he made time to actually do personal calls. So I know that, like, your personal training, like, it's going to be so successful because you really care about your clients. You do. And, you know, I see your passion, I see your drive and your hustle, and how, maybe most people are like, are you sure it's a good decision to quit your, full-time job? And you're like, yeah, like, I know what's next in my life, and you have such a passion for it, and you're going to be successful. You already are. So I'm so happy that you decided to, trust God. You took the time to fast and really pray about it before actually making a big decision, which is so key with anything in our life. And it's going to be a blessing. It already has been. So I'm proud of you, and I am so excited for to see this grow, to see this journey.
Yes, yes. Thank you. I can't wait. There's a big difference between working for money, working for a 9 to 5, working to make ends meet, and working to doing something that you genuinely love and are passionate about. With nursing, like you found that with nursing. And like when you're in that element, when you're in your element, man, there ain't nothing like it. So I can't be more excited about what the future holds, and I'm just blessed to be here. Like this is amazing. It's a great experience, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. Big things
Me
coming.
too.
Big things
Big
coming.
things coming, which, by the way, give us your socials. So how can my people, because I know a lot of people will be interested, how can we communicate with you if we're interested in personal trainings, or you have social medias? What you got?
Yes, yes. So for personal training, All of my, information is on a jot. You could, if you're really interested in personal training, I got jot forms that you could fill out. Gives you, name, email, all that basic stuff, so we could get in touch and we could really get the ball rolling. I, ask you about your goals, all the just general information that you could fill out. I have all of that on all of my social media handles. On Facebook, I'm Emmanuel Flores. On Instagram, I have a personal account as well as a fitness account. My fitness account is MannyFit31, and my personal account is Emmanuel Flores 31, and there's an underscore between my first and last name, so Emmanuel underscore Flores 31. And I'm pretty sure Brielle will put the my at names and stuff, all that in the
Yes,
comments below.
I will put all that in the description, guys, as well as on the podcast platforms. It will be in the description, so definitely check it out. I'll put all those links.
Oh yes, and every Monday I do what's called Myth Mondays. I give you guys nutrition tips and fitness tips throughout the week to keep y'all engaged and just to spread the love, because I love talking about fitness and nutrition. So on Mondays I do Myth Mondays. I debunk common myths that a lot of people think, sometimes are true, sometimes they're not. Like the other day, I don't remember which myth I did. I did one last Friday, not too long ago, talking about your shoes and the importance of how your shoes should be made for you. A lot of people don't know that the shape of your shoe makes a really big difference in how you move. It's especially relating to the form of exercise. So for example, let's say you're using a running shoe to lift weights. It's not the best idea, because a lot of running shoes, they're shaped like this. They got this little arc, and this arc in that shoe is designed to roll your foot forward when you walk or run, to make things a little faster. Now, problem with that is that our feet are like tripods. So if your heel, I can't show you my feet because the camera, whatever, but
right.
Imagine I've got a foot like right here. Your heel is down here. This is one end of the tripod, and then either side, the ball of your foot, your big toe, and the other side are the other two legs. When you have this raised, when you have the front of your foot raised, those top two tripod legs, they're uneven, and you're trying to do stuff on a shaky foundation.
You're not balanced.
You're not balanced. Again, that all goes back to balance. And when you're not balanced, you don't have good power transfer. You don't get as good of a workout, and you get pain. You get foot pain. You get knee pain. You get hip pain. So be careful on what you're wearing, especially when it comes to what you're doing. Much better shoes are flat shoes like Converse or Vans, or there's a new brand
The
called
high top
Barefoot.
Nikes.
Well, Nike. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
My
like
high
Nikes.
tops, I'm obsessed with.
Yes.
They're flat.
Be careful. As long as it's flat. When you're lifting, when you're running, if you want that arc, then go for it. Go for it. But
that makes sense. Wow, I didn't.
Yeah,
That's
no, it does.
It's funny. Sorry to interrupt you. It's funny how I would see people in the gym with like Converse and stuff, and I'm like, wait, aren't you supposed to be like wearing athletic Nike shoes, like the running shoes, not just Nike, guys, but running shoes in general? And it makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Like you need a flat shoe, a flat surface if you're going to be lifting heavy, because that's how you can mess up your knees and everything.
And not even lifting heavy, just lifting in general. Any type of movement that requires a stable base, that you're doing one leg exercises or strength based stuff, whether it's lightweight or heavyweight, it doesn't matter. It's
that's
having
amazing.
that base and that foundation is a major key. So I give tips like that and many others on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and on Thursdays I do a Q&A. So where if you got any fitness, nutrition questions, ask away, and I'll do my best to reply. So
love that. Yes.
Yes.
So guys, follow Manny on the socials. They will be in the description box. And Manny, you are known now for this slogan. And my friend, who I don't know if you've ever met her, she went to nursing school with me. We were on the phone one day and she randomly said your slogan. And I was like, girl, stop. How'd you know about did you hear my friend? And she goes, oh my gosh, yeah, he came up on my For You page. And honestly, she goes, I love his videos. He has such positive energy and it makes me feel good. And she goes, hey, Brielle. And I was like, and she said your slogan. So I'm going to leave it to you.
Yes.
Manny.
So remember, stay blessed, not stressed. Love y'all.
Love it.
Yes.
I love it. Manny, thank you so, so much for coming on Good Vibras and for, sharing your journey, being so real and transparent and just, sharing it all with us. I really appreciate it. I am so excited for you. I am so excited to see you grow. And you guys hit Manny up, follow him on the social medias. And if you're interested in personal training, he's your dude. I'm telling you, I trained with him for a bit. And like I said, I wish I could have him here in Florida. So if y'all are in Jersey, or I know you'll probably be having clients as well, like remote, like you won't be there
Oh
in
yeah.
person with them,
Mhm.
please hit him up because you won't regret it. He is a blessing in many different ways. And when it comes to fitness and health, your boy's gonna help you achieve your goals. And I'm sure, you have proof, you have, even though my pictures are from a while before I got sick, I have my pics, and his client that lost 50 pounds, like Manny's got you. And you know what? He's going to teach you even more than just the physical fitness part. Like in your sessions, I know you're going to get some good advice, good counseling, and just good conversations. And it's just going to make you want to be the best version of yourself. So,
Amen.
my boy
Amen.
Manny, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, bro. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for, giving me this platform and blowing me up. Like I know, you have a presence, and just to hear the positivity that I've been able to, you know, feed through that you've been able to feed off of through my training and through your experience, with me as a trainer is such a blessing. And just your drive, real, and your ambition to continue to be better on a consistent basis is super inspiring. Like your strength is rare. I've told you this before, but I really thank you for this platform and what you're continuing to do and how you're, helping shed some light in this dark world. Because we need more positivity out here. Like this this gives me life being on here. So
Thank you
thank
so
you again.
much.
You are the best, Brielle.
Love you, Manny. And thank you so much. Seriously. And you guys, again, happy new year. Let's
Yes.
go with starting off the new year right. You guys got this. Stay consistent, always make yourself a priority and stay focused. And like Manny says,
Stay blessed. Not stressed. Love y'all.
bye, guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you want to contact Manny, all his socials are in the description box. So thank you guys very much. And we will catch you on the next episode of Good Vibras, guys. Bye.